Welcome in a Pegasus 700 called Curve. She's for sale. I'm going to do a quick show around, as you might not be able to come to see it yourself because we're in March 2020, coronavirus is here, and I need to put her on the market, but you're likely to get stuck at home. So I'm going to give you a clear view, as much as possible, of Curve, and I'm going to start by the inside. And after I will go outside, I will tell you what has changed, in the recent year and what still need to be done. So I will try to be as honest as possible, and then you will be able to have a better idea of what kind of bargain she can be. All right, so let's start by the cabin. So here on the cabin, first a bit of equipment. I've got, as part of the door jerseying that you put on the back. I never use them. They were coming with the boat, but I never use them. Then you have here that's the main to cover the mainsail. So you've got the cover mainsail. Then we've got the mainsail itself, which have been all serviced. The stitching has been redone recently, ready to go. And here you got the Genoa, the head sail. So the same, the stitches has been done. Everything has been reserviced recently. The UV is not brand new. Is in an okay shape. It will need to be, I guess you can do another season, maybe two. On this side, so you got the settee here, can sleep easily one person. Then you got a table here that you can turn. You can as well use this to put it lower, and that can convert into a double bed if you want. But otherwise, it's quite handy as a nice settee. All that there is some cupboard. I do have actually the doors. You might know, if you know Pegasus 700, you will know that actually it's coming with doors. So I do have the doors. I've just take them away for the winter to make sure that they were stored properly. Here, so that's something which is very specific to Pegasus 700. That's the galley. So here you have a sink with the water, which has been serviced recently as well. So all the system has been flushed with the proper stuff. I've done it myself. And here, I will put that away for the moment. And here you have the kitchen. So here you can remove that, and you got a proper kitchen. That slide in and out, which means that you can have a lot of space when you're sailing. You don't need necessarily to cook. You put that away. You can use it as a nav table like this as well. It's quite handy. And here as well, you've got, I should have did that a bit further. Not easy. When you're recording on center, but here as well, you got storage. So it's quite big. And you can have a big nav table, or cooking. The gas is actually on gimbal. Okay. So even at sea, if you want, you can still have a bit of cooking or your tea if you want to. That was there is a bit of mark. You can see there is. The boat is not brand new, obviously, so you will see that every now and then there is a bit of cosmetic. I was planning to do it maybe the next season, and I will tell you soon why I'm selling this boat. It's simply because of upgrading to a bigger one, so that's the main reason, and therefore there are a few things that I didn't have time to finish the way I would have loved to. On top here we've got two big windows on each side. The curtains are new. So we do have new curtains. The window, the sun is getting on this one at the moment, but they do otherwise a proper shading. Here, a very simple electrical panel with the main things. That's a very simple boat, so it's pretty straightforward. The radio, the VHF is a bit old. I actually never use it because I've got my own handle VHF, which is working just fine. And here we will go to the head cabin. So you do have a door. You can close there and have all the privacy that you want. Obviously, I didn't close it here. You have a proper latch. Okay, and when it's open, That's a V-berth. So you do have on top a hatch in the fore cabin. That's another sail coming with the boat. It's this one is a Genoa. I didn't use a Genoa yet. I've looked at it once, and when I bought the boat, and it's where is the insurance? I can't find it now with one hand. Typical. There it is. So you have a full Genoa. It looks in very good condition. It's crispy, the sound, and clean. I do have the Genoa pole. I will show you actually there is one tiny thing that need to be fixed on the mast if you want to do to use the Genoa. Otherwise, the bedding here is a V-berth. You can remove this part when you sail, and then you've got a standing area. And under this one, you do have a head. Now the heads has been serviced and changed. So you have, I don't know if you can see, but the sewage pipe is brand new. The toilets have never been used since. So what I've done is I've replaced the pipe. Here you have a Seacock which has been serviced, and on the other side you have another Seacock. This one is a Blake, so if you know things about Seacock, and you can see that's a brand new here that's brand new, all replaced. And the Blake Seacock was completely removed, and we reservice entirely. So all good on the Seacock side. You can just go sailing. There are only two Seacock, and the two of them are strong. They have been serviced recently. Here you do have as well another sink with water here, so you can use as well there to brush your teeth, clean your hands, whatever you want. All right, so that was for the inside of the Pegasus 700. Quite a nice boat. As I say, new curtains. The panel here, I remove it, and I will tell you why recently. So the panel is here. Just need to put full screw to put it back together. Very simple. And the reason why I remove it is simply because this compass, I'm going to show you from outside, is actually brand new. So I've replaced it recently as well. It's a Contest 100 something, I can't remember now. But that's basically a brand new compass. The other one was more than tired. Here you are. So brand new compass. Oops. Again, doing things with one hand, not the easiest things. And then on the other side we do have two NASA clipper instruments. We've got the wind and we've got the depth. Now the wind is brand new as well. You might have noticed a box here. It's a wireless wind system. So you don't have any wire on top of the mast. Everything is coming directly wirelessly. Now I just want to be clear that I put it here and I didn't finish exactly to install it. There is still connection and electricity to be plugged to this one. Everything is behind the control panel as well, so it's quite easy. You got all the cable there. It's just I didn't have time. So that's a small project. You do have on top of the mast anyway still a Yacht or wind indicator. So if I show you the mast, you will see on top, hopefully it's clear, you have the Yacht, so you can still see anywhere the direction of the wind, and that's the way I was using it last year. And then you can see on the side the wireless wind indicator, which has already been installed. Then if I go back down here, so that's the cockpit. The cockpit is actually pretty big for a boat of this size. So the Pegasus 700 is a 7 meters boat. It's about 24 feet. And that's the cockpit with a tiller which is all shiny because I've totally redone it last year as well. I've epoxied several layers, then revarnished it. It's all good, all shiny. All the rope have been, most of them have been replaced, so you might notice that this main halyard is brand new. Now, main halyard, I want to be honest as well, there is a tiny issue at the top of the mast. The main halyard is currently stuck. Just at the end of the season last year, it got stuck, and it was on my to-do list to do it, obviously to go up. You can either go up, and we got in the club here, in the Medway Yacht Club, all the equipment, so you can easily access the top of your mast from the club facilities, or you just put the mast down, because this kind of boat as well is designed to put the mast down. There are quite a few videos about that. If you go on YouTube, there is a Pastor Day Off, which are doing this guy's doing quite a lot of videos on his Pegasus. I think he's got a 800, but it's very much the same. So that's what needs to be fixed. Then the other thing I was telling you about for the pole is I do have the pole here. So you do have the Spinnaker pole there, but at the moment you cannot attach it here. Let's try to. Okay. So that it's just a ring, just need to be replaced. You need to remove it. I never really bother because I'm not a racing guy, and I didn't do a race. I didn't need the Spinnaker. I much prefer just using my head sail Furling. So we got a Furling system. This is a new forestay. It's a Dynema, brand new. Has been changed as well. Brand new. It was changed last season. Was not used yet for this season, obviously. So it's less than a year old, and it's Dynema, very good quality. Then you have a chain locker here. The chain I replaced it as well recently. So the chain is not brand new. It was second hand, but it's very good condition. The chain before was completely dead. Here, check everything. It's a good strong chain. You've got as well a good anchor, so you can. It's actually definitely an anchor which is on the upper side in terms of size for this boat. So you do have you do have lots of safety here. The boat is not going to move. All right, so let's have a look a tiny bit from this side. You can notice there is a dodger or wind protection here. It can be up or down. I've just put it up. It was down all winter. Now you got the mast. In the mast you've got as well some reefing system. So you've got reef here. Sorry, not this one actually. The reef here, which is a brand new halyard as well for the reef. It's not halyard, a brand new line. And this one is non-new, so but it's very good. Doesn't need to be changed yet. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, for the mast riggings, everything is fine. Everything is strong. The rigging is still good. I mean, you can change it if you want, but there is really no need at this stage. It's definitely a strong boat, going pretty fast. Even if I'm not a racer, I still enjoy good sail, and you can have fun with that. Now here it is, the engine. So on the Pegasus, on my Pegasus at least, that's well, I'll just leave it like that. There is an outboard engine, so the engine is in a well, and obviously you can see here directly to the water. Now there are several advantages for that. First, it's much easier to turn it on, to control, to put the reverse, rather than going above there and trying to control your outboard. Now, having an outboard as well as the first boat for me was brilliant. I didn't have to worry about servicing my diesel or anything. This kind of outboard is bulletproof. You've got very little maintenance on it. It has been obviously maintained and serviced, but I mean, it's not. It's very reassuring as a first boat to have this kind of system. Having it on board as well, so I don't have to go overboard to control it. It's much discreet as well, so it doesn't attract so much the attention, of people with bad intention. Let's put it this way. So for me, it's only quality, only advantages to get it inside in a well. I wouldn't like to have it outside, to be honest. So this one is a tiller. We already look at that. You will notice that I remove most of the safety feature. I remove as well the extinguisher simply because they were past their date. So if you want, you will need to get a new extinguisher. There is a buoy. I can give you actually the buoy here. I just removed it because of the winter storage. It was a U buoy. The door here, I've got two doors. This one is a plexiglass. That's actually my favorite one. That's the one I always use. I do have as well a door here, to close, which is made of wood. I just find the plexiglass much nicer when I'm in a boat, but you will have the choice. The wood is a bit tired, so if you like sanding and revarnishing, then you could have fun with the door. I didn't. That's one of the things I didn't do. Here we've got two lazarets. So actually we've got one lazaret on port and on starboard as well. On this side you have the gas. The bottle is currently empty. So you need to get a new bottle. And here goes the battery, which I remove for the moment. The battery is simply inside here. Oh, I forgot to move. I put the table down, but it's on the floor in the main cabin. You have as well the bilge pump here. It's a manual bilge pump, and you've got plenty of storage space there. On the other side, you have the tank for the outboard. So it's quite handy, even so it's an outboard. You got a good, quite a lot of liters here in this tank, so pretty good, and then a lot of storage again. The boat is, maybe I should have started by now. The boat is fairly dirty. At the end of the season, well, of the winter season, I was planning obviously to clean it and to set it maybe in a different condition, but coronavirus decided to come our way and change everything. So the boat will need a good clean. Again, there is all facilities here. You got water and electricity just there. We've got the same on the other side. The club is very good. It's a Medway Yacht club. You do have a lot of great facilities here. So just a couple of hours on the car share and cleaning everything on the deck, and the boat will be like it was before, brand, beautiful and clean and white. There is as well here more storage. So this floor panel is lifting. I've got at the moment some fender that I'm leaving with the boat. Here you got the water tank as well. I don't know if you can see it properly, but there is a water tank, and it's just there. The water is filled up here. Okay, there is quite a lot of storage. Now, what is interesting here is you might have noticed this system there. It's because that's a swing keel, so you can control your keel from here. I'm going to show you when we're going outside, when I will go around the boat. The things here, if you ask, the swing keel has been serviced last year as well, so it's all working very well. I've been enjoying it last summer. It was great. And here you've got as well just a safety mechanism. If for whatever reason one day your keel gets stuck, here you can just put one of the stick, which is here. I can't remember what it is. I think that's this one. And basically you can force the keel to go down. Again, that's great to have it. You won't need it because this mechanism, the swing keel, has been on tidy service. Now the advantage of the swing keel, obviously in the Medway, that's the East Coast, and we have a lot of creek. The water is not that deep, so it's great. You are able to go pretty much wherever you want here. And the fact that you control it here, you don't need to jump back inside the cabin. Most of them will have a system inside the cabin or whatever. No, here you can stay there. You can put it up and down. It's a board, so you will see it's not that heavy to put it up and down. It's quite straightforward, and everything come back to the cockpit. So it's fairly easy to single-handle it. You have one winch here. You have another one here. And you have another one here. Now the winch might need to be serviced. I didn't check actually at the end of last season, so it's something that if I was to keep the boat, I will check. They were working fine last year. No reason why they wouldn't work fine. Just I didn't service them. Just so you know. The Dodger again, it's just a bit dirty, which is a shame. The boat is, when it's clean, it's absolutely brilliant. In terms of varnishing, you might want to clean a tiny bit as well. This piece of wood there, and revarnish them. I did start it before I was preparing them, and I get interrupted, so it's something maybe for the next owner. But really, the boat is ready to sell. The only thing you need to do, I'm going to show you, is refueling it for the next season. That's tradition to be done every year. I will recommend. And this main halyard that need to be sorted. Again, not a big deal, just need to change, I guess, a pulley on top, which might have split, and the halyard, I guess, is stuck in the middle. Likely to be something like this. I would have loved to have a look at that, but that would be for the next owner. But pretty straightforward. So that's really the only thing. Everything is working fine otherwise. NASA clipper instrument for the wind need to be finished behind to be plugged properly. But you have otherwise the Yacht. If you do have any question anyway, please do reach out. I'm trying to be as honest as possible. I'm fully not forgetting anything. Inside, everything works. Everything is fine, as I say. I'm going to have a look at my list of things to see if I don't forget anything. So we got a brand new compass. I mentioned it was actually the Plastimo contest 101, and that was 135. We have a brand new NASA Clipper Marine that needs a wireless wind that needs still to be plugged properly. A brand new wind indicator. Oh yeah, I've actually this year what I was talking about, this wind indicator over there, which acts as well as an aerial for the VHF, is brand new as well. Furling Genoa sail have just been serviced in February 2020, so I just got them back a few weeks ago in February. The Seacocks has been all refurbished. Swing Keel service last season. I'm going to show you that. New ringing for the main yards, a new reef, and a new backstay as well. The new anchor chain, so as I say, is almost new. It's new to me. It was a second-hand, very good from the club, a gentleman here that didn't need it, and it's a very good chain. The tiller has been epoxied and revarnished last season. That's why it's all shiny and pretty. We have brand new curtains as well in the cabin. For the head, the toilets I've already mentioned, the new web pipe, and I never use the toilet since it has been installed, so that's all clean. The water tank and all the water system have been clean. I've flushed them, I serviced them, I put some product to clean them, and then flush them 3 or 4 times. So everything is very clean as well here. And it was a product specifically for boat and caravan, so it's all good. Water tank and all the water system, yeah. So what is still to be done? Well, you got the main yard I mentioned, the new anti-fouling. If you want to use a Spinnaker, the Spinnaker hook on the mast will need to be replaced. There is a Spinnaker pole, and it just needs to replace the hook. You need to finish the connection for the brand new NASA Clipper wireless wind. There is no fire extinguisher. Well, I can give you some fire extinguisher that were there before, but they are all expired. So it's actually a pretty bad idea. Just get some new one. It's much easier and safer. New in the future. That's why the boat is really ready to go to sail. That's the only thing that I would have done this season. Plus, you always have an inspirational to-do list. If you want to change the VHF, as I said, the VHF look a bit old, I would say. I didn't use it at all because I was always using my hand VHF, so much easier for me because I can have it in the cockpit, and I just preferred. The hinges, oh yeah, I should have shown you that actually. Hinges for, it's good to have list. For the Lazarette, are a bit tired, i.e. broken. It could do with being fixed. So here you see that it's damaged there, and the same here. So the 2 Lazarette, and I think as well, I can't remember if there is actually a winches on the anchor. No, the anchor doesn't have winch. It's just a top like this. But these winches need to be changed, so that's something that you might consider doing. Navigation light, I never changed them to LED, so I don't think they're LED. If you want LED navigation light, it's kind of makes sense as well. It's could be a good project. Revarnish the 2 handrail on deck. I've already mentioned that they are there. And I have another thing here. Oh yeah, in the cabin, the lights are a neon light. Where are they? This kind of light. Now one is working, this one is not. I can't remember which one is which. So anyway, that's maybe something as well you would like to do. Didn't really bother about that. It was not really important for me to not have a working light. So just repeat, just in case the microphone was not in the right direction. I was mentioning that in a main cabin, the light, there are 2 on each side. One is not working, and basically they can do with being replaced as well. They are a bit old. All right, so that's for the boat. Now we're going out and we're going to see how it is from outside. So let's stop for. I will continue to record. Actually, you will see how it goes. So, because it's a swing keel, she's not very high on the floor compared to other boats in around. And if you're wondering why I'm selling it, is because of this boat. That's my new project. Now the wife doesn't want me to have 2 boats, fair enough. So I have to sell this one. She was great. I learned a lot. I enjoy selling her. I enjoy refurbishing her. And I'm a bit sad to sell her, to be honest. I would have happily keep her for my son when he grow up, or for my brother, or whoever. My dad would love to have her as well, but he's living abroad, so it's not easy. But she's a great boat, really. So that's the reason why I'm selling this one. Now here, obviously, you need to clean and to anti-foul for the new season. So there is a bit of paint here that will need to be done. You just need on this one to put a bit of primer before the anti-foul when it's like exposed like this, but otherwise the rudder is working fine and is strong. That the engine going down, so I still need a bit of cleaning. As you can see, I didn't really add didn't clean at all underneath. So what you see here is how she finished the season last year. Now you can see she's actually not bad. Why? Because I've always anti-fouled her and I've always cleaned her. So the anti-fouling here, she's not anti-foul for this season. It was still the anti-fouling from last year, which is okay. There is a tiny bit of spot of rust on the keel. Funny enough, they seems to come back every now and then. I've done it everything last year. There is a few more that came, and obviously over the winter they are dribbling, and that's why it looks much worse than what it is really. That's just, and it's a keel, so few spot of rust just need to be treated, but it's not a concern really. Here, that's the swing keel system. So you just drop that, and this, which is iron as well, just swing and drop down. Now that already, this one is what gives you the ballast. So you have there the ballast, and this one is just so you can go up the wind, for example, or just have more stability. It's making the boat very comfortable. So that's a great thing with this boat. You can do creek crawling, or if you want to go racing. I mean, this, I didn't race this boat, but it has been used. A lot of people use the Pegasus either 700 or 800 to go racing in a club, and I can see why. She was, I'm not that great sailor, but she was already fast, fairly fast with me. So that's the boat. There is no osmosis at all in a hull. The hull is free, totally free of osmosis. It's a very good hull, very strong and sound. This has been repainted, so I've repainted all this layer last year. Is actually, you just need to clean it a tiny bit and it will be shiny again. It was very nice, very nice when I done it last year. I left the anchor out, but you can obviously put it back in. There is, she goes into the locker easily, so if you are not interested in anchoring, you just put back the anchor if you want to in a locker. And that's the hull as well. So as I say here, a bit more dirty than the other side, funny enough. Might have been the sun or whatever, but this one we need a bit, as I say, a bit more cleaning. And that's really how she is. All right. So outside, what will be important will be the seacock. So seacock, as I say, we've got two seacock on this boat. Here it's a Blake one, and it was redone all last year. Okay, so the skin fitting has been all removed and all repolished. It's a Blake, so it's super durable, amazing seacock, and see-through hull. Everything is from last season, brand new. That is not going to move, and that was done as well with the help from the staff here at the Medway Club. So if you know the club, if you know the boss from here, is very well known, and he's a guy with great knowledge and doing serious work. And we have another seacock. I think this one that I was showing, that this one, sorry, to take the water as well, to for the water, for the toilet. Okay, so that's pretty much my boat. Curve, that's the name. Pegasus 700 is a model. She's for sale. I try to be as honest as possible. Just let me know if you're interested. We can have a chat, and I can answer any further question that you might have. All right, thanks a lot.